Emotional presence is one of the most powerful parts of intimacy. Many people think that unforgettable moments are created by dramatic actions, special techniques, or physical performance. But in reality, what makes an experience stay in someone's mind is how it made them feel. When a woman is fully present in the moment, her energy feels different. She is not thinking about what to say next, not worrying about how she looks, and not trying to perform in a certain way. Instead, she is simply there, aware, connected, and emotionally open. This kind of presence creates a deep and lasting impact because it feels real and natural. When someone is emotionally present, it shows in small but powerful ways. Eye contact becomes softer and more meaningful. Smiles feel genuine instead of forced. Touch becomes slower and more intentional. There is a sense of calm confidence in the way she responds. She listens with her eyes and her body, not just her ears. This makes the other person feel seen and valued. A man often remembers the feeling of being truly noticed more than any physical detail. When he feels that her attention is completely focused on him in that moment, it creates a strong psychological connection. Emotional presence also builds trust. Trust is the foundation of deep intimacy. When a woman feels comfortable enough to be herself without pretending or acting, it signals safety. Safety allows both people to relax. When the body is relaxed, emotions flow more freely. There's less tension, less pressure to impress, and more space for genuine connection. This natural flow creates warmth and closeness that feels effortless. Effortless moments often become the most memorable because they do not feel forced or artificial. Many times people focus too much on trying to be perfect. They think they must say the right words, move the right way, or act in a way that seems impressive. But perfection can feel distant. It can feel like a performance instead of a shared experience. Authenticity, on the other hand, feels human. When a woman laughs naturally, expresses her desire honestly, or shows vulnerability without fear, it touches something deeper. Vulnerability is powerful because it shows courage. It tells the other person, "I trust you enough to be real." That kind of trust creates a strong emotional bond. The human brain responds strongly to emotional experiences. When intimacy includes emotional connection, the brain releases hormones like oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. Oxytocin increases feelings of closeness, trust, and attachment. This is why emotionally connected moments feel more intense and more meaningful. They are not just physical interactions. They become emotional memories. A man may not remember every small detail, but he will remember the warmth in her eyes, the way she reacted to him, and the feeling of being desired. Feeling desired is especially important. When a woman shows genuine interest and attraction, it supports a man's sense of confidence and self-worth. It touches his ego in a healthy way. It makes him feel chosen, valued, and wanted. This feeling can stay with him long after the moment has passed. Physical experiences can fade from memory, but the emotional impact of feeling deeply wanted can remain for a very long time. Being emotionally present also means responding naturally instead of following a script. Every person is different, and every connection is unique. When a woman pays attention to the energy between them and reacts in a way that feels honest, it creates a sense of harmony. There is a rhythm that develops naturally. This shared rhythm makes the experience feel special because it belongs only to them. It cannot be copied or repeated in exactly the same way with someone else. Distraction is one of the biggest enemies of emotional presence. If someone is thinking about their phone, their appearance, or outside problems, their energy becomes divided. The other person can often feel this distance even if nothing is said. But when a woman is fully engaged, listening, touching, and responding with awareness, the connection becomes stronger. Full attention is rare in today's world, and that rarity makes it powerful. Giving someone your full attention is a form of respect and care. Emotional presence also allows deeper communication without words. Sometimes silence can be more intimate than conversation. A shared look, a slow breath, or a gentle smile can communicate feelings that words cannot express. When both people feel comfortable in that silence, it shows a high level of emotional safety. Emotional safety allows passion to grow naturally. Without safety, people may hold back. With safety, they open up. Another important part of emotional presence is self-acceptance. When a woman accepts herself, her body, her emotions, her desires, she radiates confidence. This confidence is not loud or dramatic. It is calm and steady. It tells the other person that she is comfortable in her own skin. Comfort is attractive because it removes pressure. Instead of trying to impress, she is simply sharing herself. This sharing feels intimate in a deep way. Moments that are emotionally intense often become lasting memories. The brain tends to remember experiences that carry strong feelings. When intimacy includes warmth, laughter, tenderness, and genuine desire, it becomes layered with emotion. These layers make the memory richer and more detailed. Even small gestures, like the way she looked at him or the tone of her voice, can replay in his mind because they were connected to strong feelings. Authenticity also creates uniqueness. When someone is authentic, the experience cannot be replaced. Easily, it does not feel generic or common. It feels personal. A man may have had many physical experiences in his life, but he will remember the one that felt emotionally different. The one where he felt deeply connected, understood, and accepted. That difference is what makes it unforgettable. Emotional presence requires courage because it means being open. Openness includes expressing desire clearly, sharing feelings honestly, and reacting naturally. It may involve showing excitement, affection, or even nervousness. All of these human emotions add depth to the experience. Depth creates meaning. Meaning creates memory. In the end, what stays in his mind is not technical skill or perfect timing. It is the feeling of closeness. It is the memory of being fully seen and genuinely wanted. It is the warmth of shared laughter and quiet understanding. It is the sense that the moment was real, not acted out. Authenticity leaves a mark because it connects heart and body together. True emotional presence turns intimacy into connection. It transforms a physical moment into an emotional memory. And emotional memories are the ones that last the longest. When a woman is present, confident, and authentic, she creates an experience that touches both his heart and his mind. That is why emotional presence over physical performance is so powerful, because people may forget what happened, but they rarely forget how they felt. Slow buildup and anticipation are powerful because the human mind enjoys the journey as much as the destination. When a moment is rushed, it can feel quick and temporary. But when it unfolds slowly, step by step, it becomes layered with emotion and expectation. Taking time allows feelings to grow naturally, instead of jumping straight into intensity. A gradual approach creates curiosity. Curiosity keeps the mind alert and engaged. When someone does not rush, it sends a message of confidence and control. It shows that the experience is meant to be savored, not hurried. This alone can make the connection feel deeper and more meaningful. Anticipation works strongly on a psychological level. The brain responds to waiting in a very interesting way. When we expect something pleasurable, our brain releases dopamine, the chemical connected to desire and motivation. Dopamine does not only appear when we receive something enjoyable, it also rises when we are waiting for it. This means that the buildup itself can feel exciting. When a woman slows the pace, through soft eye contact, light touches, gentle pauses, or quiet whispers, she keeps his mind active. His imagination starts filling in the gaps. Imagination can sometimes be even more powerful than reality because it personalizes the experience. Light touches and subtle gestures can carry strong meaning when they are not rushed. A hand that lingers for a second longer than expected can create a spark. A soft voice close to his ear can make him focus completely on that moment. Small pauses can increase awareness. These pauses are important because they create space for emotion to grow. Without pauses, moments can blend together. With pauses, each second feels intentional. Intention adds weight to every action. When something feels intentional, it feels important. Tension is not always negative. In intimacy, a certain kind of tension can be exciting and magnetic. This tension is created when something is desired but not immediately given. It is the feeling of almost touching, almost kissing, almost saying something meaningful that almost keeps the heart beating faster and the mind fully present. When the final moment arrives, it feels stronger because it carries all the energy that was built before it. The satisfaction becomes deeper because it was earned through waiting. Delayed gratification is powerful because it makes the reward feel more valuable. When people receive something instantly, they may enjoy it, but the feeling fades quickly. When they wait and anticipate, the brain treats the reward as more significant. This is why slow buildup often leads to stronger memories. The mind does not only remember the final result, it remembers the entire journey. It remembers the waiting, the tension, the looks exchanged, the smiles, and the subtle signals. All of these details create a rich emotional memory. When she takes her time, she also shows emotional control. Rushing can sometimes come from nervousness or fear. Slowing down shows comfort and self-assurance. It communicates that she is not in a hurry and that she is enjoying every second. This calm confidence can be very attractive. It makes the other person feel that the experience is special, not routine. Special moments are the ones that stay in the mind. Anticipation also invites imagination to participate. The human imagination is powerful. When things unfold slowly, the mind begins to wonder what will happen next. That wondering keeps thoughts active even after the moment has passed. Later, he may replay not only what happened, but also what he expected to happen. The waiting becomes part of the pleasure. In many cases, the buildup becomes just as memorable as the climax of the experience. Another important part of slow buildup is emotional awareness. Moving slowly allows both people to feel each other's reactions. It creates a rhythm. When she notices his breathing change or his expression soften, she can respond naturally. This back and forth exchange builds connection, feels less mechanical and more alive. Being aware of each other deepens the bond because it shows attentiveness and care. Suspense adds flavor to any experience. It's just like in a good story or movie. Suspense keeps the audience engaged. If everything happens at once, there is no excitement. But when events unfold gradually, curiosity grows. Intimacy works in a similar way. A gradual progression builds layers of feeling. Each layer adds depth. Depth creates intensity. And intensity creates memory. When anticipation is strong, the mind continues to think about the experience afterward. The brain likes unresolved tension. If something felt powerful and meaningful, the mind may replay it to relive those emotions. The waiting, the near moments, and the slow unfolding all become part of that replay. This is why anticipation can feel almost addictive. The mind associates that slow build with pleasure and excitement, making it want to experience it again. Patience is a form of power. When someone controls the pace instead of rushing, they guide the emotional flow. Guiding the flow does not mean controlling the other person. It means being aware of timing. Good timing can turn something ordinary into something unforgettable. A pause at the right moment can make a touch feel electric. A delayed response can make a word feel heavier and more meaningful. Anticipation also strengthens emotional connection. When both people are fully engaged in the buildup, they share a secret rhythm. They both feel the growing energy. That shared energy creates closeness. It becomes something that belongs only to them in that moment. Shared experiences with strong emotion often turn into lasting memories. In the end, slow buildup is not about manipulation. It is about awareness, patience, and enjoying the process. It is about understanding that pleasure and connection grow stronger when given space and time. When something is rushed, it may satisfy quickly, but fade fast. When something is built slowly, it leaves an imprint. Anticipation creates a kind of beautiful tension that the mind loves. And what the mind anticipates deeply, it remembers longer. The waiting becomes meaningful. The pauses become powerful. The slow unfolding turns a simple moment into an unforgettable experience that stays alive in memory long after it is over. Subtle confidence and controlled energy can completely change the feeling of an intimate moment. Confidence is attractive because it feels stable and secure. When a woman is comfortable in her own skin, she does not need constant reassurance. She is not worried about whether she looks perfect or whether she is doing everything right. Instead, she trusts herself. That trust creates a calm presence. Calm presence is powerful because it makes the other person feel steady and safe while also feeling intrigued. Confidence does not have to be loud or dramatic. In fact, the most magnetic confidence is often quiet. When someone is not seeking validation, their energy feels different. They're not trying to impress. They are simply expressing themselves naturally. This natural expression creates authenticity. Authenticity builds attraction because it feels real. A woman is constantly asking for approval or showing insecurity. The energy can feel unstable. But when she knows her value and does not chase attention, it shifts the dynamic. A man may feel more drawn in because he senses that her attention is given by choice, not by need. Being chosen feels powerful. Controlled energy means being aware of your emotions and movements. It does not mean being cold or distant. It means moving with intention instead of reacting with nervousness. Slow movements, steady breathing, relaxed posture. These small signals communicate self-control. Self-control often translates into strength. When someone appears centered and grounded, it naturally attracts others. In intimate situations, this kind of energy can create a feeling of balance that allows the moment to flow instead of becoming rushed or chaotic. Subtle leadership is another important part of this dynamic. Leadership here does not mean commanding or overpowering. It means gently guiding the rhythm of the moment. For example, initiating eye contact and holding it for a few seconds longer than usual can guide the emotional tone. Taking a slow step closer instead of waiting passively can shift the atmosphere. Even a soft smile at the right moment can change everything. These actions are small, but they show direction. When someone guides naturally, without force, it feels smooth and effortless. Men often remember moments when they felt slightly out of control in a positive way. This does not mean losing control completely. It means feeling captivated. When a woman's confidence is steady and her energy is controlled, it can create a sense of mystery. He may feel like he wants to understand her more, to experience more of that calm power. That curiosity becomes a psychological hook. The mind is drawn to what feels both safe and slightly unpredictable. A confident smile can communicate more than words. It can say, "I know what I'm doing," without speaking. Slow movements can build tension naturally. When actions are not rushed, they feel deliberate. Deliberate actions carry weight. They show awareness. Steady breathing signals calmness and emotional regulation. All of these subtle details combine to create an atmosphere where the other person feels both relaxed and excited at the same time. Confidence also affects how desire is expressed. When a woman expresses interest directly but calmly, it feels strong. There is no desperation, no hesitation, just clarity. Clear signals reduce confusion and increase attraction. When someone knows what they want and communicates it through their body language, it creates certainty. Certainty can feel very appealing because it removes doubt. Another reason confidence is memorable is because it influences how a man feels about himself. When he is with someone who carries herself with quiet power, he may feel elevated. He may feel challenged in a healthy way. Not challenged through competition, but through presence. He may want to rise to match her energy. Creates a dynamic exchange. That exchange becomes exciting and engaging. Controlled energy also prevents emotional extremes. Instead of becoming overly intense too quickly, a confident woman allows intensity to grow gradually. This connects strongly with anticipation. When energy is controlled, it builds rather than explodes. Building energy feels sustainable and deep. It allows both people to stay connected instead of becoming overwhelmed. There is also a sense of mystery in subtle confidence. When everything is not revealed at once, emotions, thoughts, reactions, it keeps curiosity alive. Mystery does not mean playing games. It means allowing layers to unfold naturally. When layers unfold slowly, the other person remains interested. Interest leads to focus. Focus strengthens memory. Being comfortable in one's own skin also means accepting imperfections. True confidence is not about believing you are flawless. It is about knowing you are worthy even with flaws. This self-acceptance shines through in posture, tone of voice, and eye contact. It makes interactions feel relaxed. Instead of tense, relaxation encourages openness. Openness deepens connection. Men often remember how someone made them feel. They felt captivated, intrigued, and slightly challenged in a positive way. The memory becomes strong. Confidence creates that feeling because it combines stability with excitement. Stability provides safety. Excitement provides energy. Together, they create a balanced emotional experience. Subtle leadership can also create trust. When someone gently guides the moment, it shows awareness of timing and emotion. Good timing can turn something ordinary into something unforgettable. A pause before speaking, a slow glance, a calm step forward. These gestures may seem small, but they influence the entire atmosphere in the end. Subtle confidence and controlled energy are about inner balance. They are about knowing your worth without needing to announce it. They are about guiding without forcing, attracting without chasing, and expressing desire without losing composure. This kind of presence leaves a deep psychological impression because it feels powerful yet graceful. Confidence creates a magnetic pull. It makes a man feel engaged, curious, and emotionally alert. When he feels captivated and slightly out of control in a good way, the experience stands out in his memory. That quiet power shown through steady eyes, calm breath, and intentional movement becomes the unforgettable element that lingers in his mind long after the moment has passed. Asterisk. Mystery and emotional depth have a powerful effect on the human mind. When everything is shown immediately and explained clearly, there is nothing left to explore. But when some emotions unfold slowly, when not every thought or feeling is revealed at once, it creates layers. These layers make an intimate moment feel richer and more meaningful. The human brain is naturally curious. It wants to understand what feels slightly hidden or complex. When intimacy carries emotional depth, it does not feel simple or surface level. It feels like there is more beneath what is visible. That sense of more keeps the mind engaged. Not revealing everything at once does not mean playing games or being distant. It means allowing emotions to develop naturally instead of displaying them all immediately. When a woman shares parts of herself gradually, her thoughts, her reactions, her intensity, it creates a feeling of discovery. Discovery is exciting because it feels personal. It makes the connection feel unique. If every reaction is obvious and predictable, the moment can feel flat. But when there are subtle expressions, quiet glances, or pauses filled with meaning, it creates intrigue. Emotional depth adds weight to physical closeness. Without emotional depth, intimacy can feel temporary. With emotional depth, it feels significant. Depth comes from genuine feelings, thoughtful responses, and meaningful silence. Silence can be very powerful. A quiet moment where two people simply look at each other can carry strong emotion. That silence invites interpretation. The mind begins to wonder what the other person is thinking or feeling. That wondering keeps curiosity alive. Curiosity is one of the strongest forces in memory. When the brain cannot fully understand something, it keeps returning to it. It tries to solve it like a puzzle. If every emotion is clearly explained, there is no puzzle. But if there are small mysteries, a soft smile that seems to hide a deeper thought, a look that lingers longer than expected, the mind starts replaying those moments. Later, he may think back and ask himself what she was feeling in that moment. That replays strengthens the memory. Mystery also creates emotional tension in a gentle way. This tension is not about confusion or fear. It's about fascination. When something feels layered and complex, it feels valuable. People are drawn to what they cannot completely define. Emotional depth makes a person feel multidimensional, instead of feeling simple or predictable. She feels like someone with many layers. Each layer invites exploration. Predictability can reduce excitement. When someone reacts the same way every time, the brain becomes comfortable but less stimulated. When reactions are subtle and sometimes unexpected, the brain stays alert. Alertness increases emotional impact. If she sometimes responds with quiet intensity instead of loud expression, it creates contrast. Contrast makes experiences stand out. The mind notices differences and remembers them. Mystery does not mean hiding true feelings. It means expressing them with subtlety and grace. For example, instead of explaining every emotion out loud, allowing some feelings to show through body language or tone can feel more powerful. A soft change in voice, a deeper breath, or a thoughtful pause can communicate emotion without words. These quiet signals often feel more intimate than long explanations. Emotional depth also requires vulnerability. When someone allows real emotion to show, even in small amounts, it adds sincerity to the moment. Sincerity builds trust. Trust deepens connection. When connection is deep, physical closeness feels more meaningful. Meaningful experiences stay longer in memory because they touch both heart and mind. The mind often returns to what it cannot fully understand because unfinished thoughts demand attention. Psychologists sometimes explain that the brain dislikes incomplete patterns. If something feels unfinished or layered, it keeps processing it. This is why a mysterious smile or an unexplained moment of intensity can replay later in someone's thoughts. The brain continues exploring it, trying to understand it better. Mystery also increases value. When something is rare or not easily available, it feels special. If a woman reveals her emotions slowly and thoughtfully, it shows selectiveness. Selectiveness can feel attractive because it suggests depth and standards. It makes the other person feel that what is shared is meaningful, not casual. Emotional depth creates connection beyond the physical. It turns a simple interaction into a story. Stories are memorable because they have layers and emotion. If intimacy feels like a story unfolding with moments of silence, intensity, softness, and curiosity, it becomes more than just an event. It becomes an experience with meaning. When his brain tries to decode her subtle expressions or quiet intensity, he stays mentally connected even after the moment has passed. He may replay her reactions, her pauses, her gaze. Each replay strengthens the memory. Mental replay keeps the experience alive. The more the mind revisits something, the more powerful it becomes. In simple terms, mystery keeps the door slightly open instead of fully closing it. It leaves room for imagination. Imagination can be stronger than reality because it fills in the gaps with personal thoughts and desires. When imagination is involved, the experience feels customized and unique. In the end, mystery and emotional depth create lasting impact because they engage the mind as well as the heart. When not everything is revealed at once, curiosity grows. When curiosity grows, attention increases. When attention increases, memory strengthens. The mind always returns to what it cannot fully understand because it wants completion. And that gentle, thoughtful mystery is what creates mental replay and makes the moment unforgettable. Desire is strong and exciting. But feeling chosen goes much deeper than simple attraction. Desire can be physical and temporary. It can happen quickly and fade quickly. But when a man feels truly chosen by a woman, it touches something inside him that is connected to his identity and self-worth. Being chosen means he feels selected with intention. It means she is not just responding to the moment, but consciously connecting with him as a person. That feeling creates a powerful emotional imprint that stays in his memory long after the physical experience ends. When a woman shows that she values him specifically, it changes the entire dynamic. Instead of feeling like just another option, he feels unique. This uniqueness is important because every person wants to feel special in someone's eyes. A soft whisper of appreciation, a meaningful compliment, or eye contact filled with warmth can communicate this without many words. These small gestures may seem simple, but they carry emotional weight. They say, "I see you, I choose you, I want you." That message is deeply affirming. Feeling chosen activates pride in a healthy way. Pride here does not mean arrogance. It means a quiet sense of confidence and satisfaction. When a man feels valued and appreciated, he stands taller emotionally. He feels respected. Respect strengthens attachment because it builds trust and admiration. When admiration and attraction exist together, the connection feels balanced and powerful. Eye contact plays a big role in this experience. When she looks at him with intention, not just casually, it creates a silent message. Eyes can communicate desire, affection, and appreciation all at once. That eye contact lingers. It makes him feel focused on and important. Focus is powerful. In a world full of distractions, when someone gives full attention, it feels rare and meaningful. Small personal compliments also deepen the impact. Instead of general praise, specific appreciation feels more sincere. For example, noticing his effort, his strength, his voice, or his character shows that she is paying attention. Attention makes people feel valued. When appreciation is personal, it feels authentic. Authentic praise touches the heart more than empty flattery. When intimacy boosts both attraction and ego in a healthy way, it becomes memorable because it satisfies emotional needs. Physical closeness alone can create pleasure, but emotional validation creates connection. If he feels admired and respected during intimacy, the experience becomes layered with meaning. 'Tis no longer just about sensation. It becomes about identity and self-worth. Attachment grows stronger when someone feels emotionally safe and valued. When a woman expresses that she genuinely wants him, not out of convenience, not out of pressure, but by choice, it builds security. Security allows deeper emotions to develop. Cool. When he feels secure in her desire, he relaxes. Relaxation allows authenticity. Authentic moments are easier to remember because they feel real. Another important part of feeling chosen is intentional behavior. If her actions show effort, such as initiating closeness, guiding the moment, or expressing clear desire, it reinforces the idea that she is actively choosing him. Effort communicates importance. People invest effort in what matters to them. When he senses that effort, he feels significant. Healthy ego support is powerful in relationships. Everyone has an ego, and everyone wants to feel capable and desired. When intimacy strengthens a man's sense of masculinity or worth without exaggeration or manipulation, it creates a balanced emotional high. He feels proud but not pressured. He feels wanted but not objectified. That balance is important because it keeps the experience positive and respectful. Memories are often connected to strong emotions. If an intimate moment makes him feel deeply valued, admired, and chosen, the emotional intensity becomes linked to the memory. Later, when he thinks back, he will not only remember what happened physically, he will remember how confident and appreciated he felt. Emotional memories tend to last longer than physical details. Feeling chosen also reduces insecurity. When someone clearly communicates that they want you, it removes doubt. Doubt can weaken attraction, but certainty strengthens it. When she expresses her desire clearly and sincerely, it builds trust. Trust deepens connection. Deep connection increases attachment. In simple terms, being desired feels good, but being chosen feels meaningful. Desire can be about the body. Being chosen is about the whole person. It says, out of many possibilities, I want you. That message carries emotional depth. Emotional depth strengthens memory because it touches the heart. When intimacy includes appreciation, admiration, and intentional connection, it becomes unforgettable. It combines physical pleasure with emotional validation. It strengthens confidence while building closeness. It creates a feeling of significance that stays in the mind in the end. What lasts is not just the excitement of the moment, but the feeling of being valued. When a man feels chosen, respected, and genuinely wanted, the experience becomes deeply rooted in his memory. It becomes more than a moment. It becomes a reminder of how powerful it feels to be seen, selected, and appreciated in a sincere and meaningful way.